Appreciate your song. The rhythm and atmosphere work nicely, though the snare felt emotionally detached from the track. For all the artists out there, fellow artists, musicians, bands, and for all of you that listen to music and love music and listen to music on Spotify, on playlists, that's where it all lives for us. The music industry has changed, and all of us artists and bands and musicians, we just try to get on playlists on Spotify. And what we do is, I don't know if you know this, but we send our music to playlist curators, men and women that control the playlist. Back in the day, my day, way back in the day, we used to submit cassettes to A&R guys at record labels. No different. A playlist curator, an A&R guy, they couldn't write a song, they couldn't write a poem, they couldn't play an instrument, but yet these are the people that control the exposure our music gets. And not only that, give us feedback. Give us feedback on our music. My favorite ones are the attaboys. Oh, keep at it. Attaboy. I've been making music for many, many hundreds of years. Attaboy, like it was my first attempt at a song. So what I have here for you is I'm going to start sharing these, and I encourage other artists to do as well. But these are some of the reviews I've gotten back from playlist curators. This one says, "Hi there. Thanks for the song. It's cool. But in terms of production, we think it's just missing something, like a better chorus." Yeah, no kidding. Here's another one. "The combination of acoustic and electric guitars, the catchy vocals, and the parts starting at 1 minute and 13 seconds and 2 minutes and 44 seconds were great. The rest of the song sucked, but I personally wanted a little more dynamic change, like a climax in the part after 3 minutes and 32 seconds. A climax? Read a sex novel. I don't know what to tell you, buddy." Here's another one. "I think it's very well delivered track. You have a suitable, well-developed voice." I don't. "However, I don't find the melody and rhythm ideal, since it felt a bit repetitive to me." Yeah, that's the last thing you want in a pop song is repetition. Hey, when you write a song, make sure it's not repetition. Here's another one. "The mood is clear, but the melody and delivery don't really change, so it never reaches a moment that really hits or sticks with me. I was hoping for a switch or a stronger section to give the feeling more weight." What do you want, a soundtrack for a Jurassic Park movie? "You clearly have the technical, creative vision to craft high-impact, atmospheric music." I don't. I'm just a songwriter. "Maybe next time, try to use this track's perspective and corrode the signal. Perhaps introducing some bit crush textures or unstable digital Oh my goodness. This is what we have to put up with, folks. We write love songs, some girl or guy breaks our heart, and we cry, and we get to the pen, and we sit on the piano, and we pour our emotions out, and this is what we get in return. I prefer more relaxed and soft tracks without so many repeated phrases." Yeah, I don't understand this repetition thing. Every great pop song in the world is repetitious. Here's one of my favorite. "I felt the kick drum," I can't even say it with a straight face. "I felt the kick drum was a bit lazy and didn't have the texture I looked for on my playlist." "Thanks for sharing your track with us. The groove is smooth and the arrangement is well executed." Sounds perfect so far, right? "However, after the strong opening, the song felt a little too repetitive." Again with the repetitive. All right, here we go. "Hey, Lito, the piano is dreamy. I like your voice at 14 seconds. That's it. That was the moment. I reached my climax of my career in that 1 second at 0:14. But for the channel, I'm looking for more of a lo-fi rock." All right. So sometimes I send it to the wrong, genre. Here we go. "Hey, Lito, the voice on 0:10 seconds is pure with the voice." Probably doesn't speak English, and they translate it. "Part at 0:45 seconds is my favorite." He didn't like the other 3 minutes of the song, just 45 seconds in. "Looking for vibes a bit closer to Fair, Caspian, or Men I Trust." It's terrible when you get compared to exact bands, right? We don't go in the studio. We don't sit down at the piano. We don't sit down and pick up a guitar and go, I want to sound exactly like Men I Trust or The Killers or whatever. Thanks for the song. The way repeating at the start wasn't to our taste. Okay, we gotta go in here. Great flow in this song. I also really like the melodies in this song as well. Okay, good so far. There's a good hook here. What could we go wrong? They declined it. The main issue I have is this song is a tad bit too mainstream commercial in style for me. Yeah, God forbid you have a playlist on Spotify that's mainstream and commercial. That's actually the biggest compliment I've ever gotten, that my songs are mainstream and commercial. All right, here we go. I especially appreciate the emotional depth in the vocal delivery and the way it shapes the mood of the track. The production sounds clean and balanced, and the arrangement, okay, but in my personal perception, I would enjoy hearing a bit more hip-hop influence in the drum groove. The kind of rhythmic character could give the track a stronger identity. Here we go with advice, right? He's producing. He's never produced it, or she never produced a song in their lives. Plus, I looked at the playlist. I didn't send it to a hip-hop playlist, but this is Life of an Artist. Oh, one of my favorite. The bass line was solid, but too bassy. The guitar selection and tone worked nicely with this track. However, the guitars were a bit too jangly for our playlist. I told my guitar player, you're a little too jangly. You had too much coffee this morning. Appreciate your song. The rhythm and atmosphere worked nicely, though the snare felt emotionally detached from the track. You know, snares have emotional issues, okay? They have trauma. Some of them have childhood issues. Snare felt emotionally detached. I mean, that snare wasn't. I told that drummer, your snare is not in touch with its emotions. Hey, Lito, while the smooth approach is somewhat there, I would have opted for, well, send me your song. I would have opted for a more pure jazz hop inspired delivery. Jazz hop, ladies and gentlemen, jazz hop. Adding a clean sax instrumental to provide the acoustic spice to make it a better for my taste. I don't have a saxophone player in my band, dude. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Leo, I'm truly captivated by the uplifting melodies and vocals. Should be perfect, right? Didn't make the playlist. Unfortunately, I'm declining, as notice the drum mix feels a bit stiff and lacked depth. Would prefer to include tracks where the kick have a punchier and deeper tone to sound more captivating in the mix. Despite my decision, you've got great potential. Golly, thanks. Thanks, man. I needed to hear that today.